Hi guys, and this is another sketchbook video, and I'm using this one which says David Smith Salt on it, and I got it from C. White's, so it's got C. White's paper inside it. On the back there it says C. White's Brighton there, and so let's open it and see what I've been drawing recently. Now this is the first page, and I wrote, this is my 68th sketchbook exactly. So I counted them and realised that this book is my 68th sketchbook that I am on at the moment and drawing in. Okay, so we start off sugar pen pot in studio. So we had this sugar pot that my parents, my mum and dad, had finished using in the kitchen. They no longer needed to use it, so they said I could have it in my studio to put my pens in and brushes in and things. And so I took it out there and I put some things in it, and I put it on my desk and did a sketch of it with that. So it says living home sugar and something there, and so I did a little drawing of that and painted it in. And that was just doodling. This was doodling a mountain range. I sort of had the idea, I don't know, I just started drawing, then mountains appeared in my head and I drew that kind of things. And this was on the TV, we were watching some show and some people came on. And then, I don't know, just doing more doodles. And that was actually doing some Christmassy things because it was coming up to Christmas when I had this book. And that's a mountain range that I drew. I think I might have got that idea from there. That mountain picture there, I've got to draw that. Got the idea from, or something. Oh, so I was just drawing that. And this is the next page. That was someone asked me to draw them singing, and so I did. I drew them singing with me. And that was just painting a sun scene. And this was also on the TV. I drew, we're watching something and I drew, I think he was a news reporter or something like that. I don't remember. And there was some other thing, people who came on. There was him and him. I can't remember who he was or she. I don't know who they were. Remember him? I think he was also a news reporter. He was going around talking, I think. Oh, this was during Father Christmas, and because it was Christmas time, and so I was doing Christmassy things. That was someone I saw somewhere and did a sketch of her. And a window and just drawing things, and that was a picture I saw and someone told me to draw him, so I did. Now this was something we were watching on TV, and she had a machine, I think, and she was trying to get rid of it, and it was like, get rid of it, in big green letters, and she was trying to get rid of it because they wanted her to kind of get rid of it, and she just couldn't. She was trying to sell it and nobody would buy it off her, and there was these people in there. This was someone I saw. We were sat somewhere, and we were in a cafe somewhere, I think. But I think we were in Burger King actually, and she was sat there on her phone, and she was sat on her phone talking, but she was in that pose for quite a while, so I was able to kind of catch it. So halfway through she sort of came off the phone, but I managed to memorise that kind of pose. It's all about, if they do a pose and then halfway through drawing it they sort of move out of that pose, it's all remembering the pose that they were in. And these are more people I saw for TV. I didn't get a chance to paint these in, so yeah, I didn't paint those ones in. This is at Rosie's Cafe. There's a cafe down there, and we know the people who have brought it out, and so we often go in there and sit. And this was people I saw. There was a man in there reading something, looking down at something, and there was him who sat there. Now that was something. That was some person sat with their hands around their legs, and so I like the pose of it, so I drew it. These more people off the TV. We were watching some show, and he had been in hospital on the show, or something. There's some more people came on. I can't remember who he was, and that was something on TV again. This was watching a DVD, and I was sketching, trying to capture this person who's playing the guitar. And that was somebody else who I saw. I think I'd actually sat in a restaurant and saw him and drew him, or cafe somewhere and drew him. That was at Dunham Mill Cafe, and we'd brought a black pen that had a thin tip, and I was trying it out with watercolours, but it was a thin tip, like really thin, but it was permanent, so it was waterproof as well, so I was testing that out, and it doesn't go through the paper very much, which is good as well, but it was waterproof, so it was good with watercolours. And this was somebody else I saw, and she was sat, and there was kind of like a table. And there was 3 seats, and it was like on the edge, there was like a railing bit where you could look over the edge down, and because the cafe was upstairs, and she was sat kind of there, there was a seat there, and a seat kind of there, and the table there, and she was sat on this seat looking that way, and she was kind of all on her own, just sat there, but she wasn't sat in one of the side seats, she was sat in this seat looking out, so you could just see the back of her. And then there was the lovely light kind of glimmering off her chair, and that blue scarf that kind of caught me in the light shot reflecting off her thing, and so I kind of, on the back of her, so I decided to draw the back of her there. It's more like people who catch me, so I'll be sat there and I'll think, I like the thing she's wearing, or I like the pose that she's sat in, and I will draw like the pose and things. And that was at Haskins. We went out to Haskins. And we did some drawings in Haskins, the cafe at Haskins, I think. Yeah. And this was the guy sat there, and another person sat. So I was just, he had his hand on the table, and he had his arms. Yeah. People I saw. And then this was somewhere else. We went and sat, and I decided to draw my Sprite can because there wasn't many people there, so I decided to draw my Sprite can. And this was just doodling. I was just doodling. There's half a face where I was doodling someone who had changed, and he was someone I saw, I doodled him. This was sat, someone was doodling, and then I was sat. We went somewhere else, and we were sat somewhere, and he came and sat down, and so I did a sketch of him. He was quite a large person. He just came sat down, and he was at kind of like a profile, looking kind of that way. So I thought, do a little sketch of him. And then this was a vase that I drew, a vase of flowers. And I was going to paint this, but I suppose I just kind of was waiting. I didn't get a chance to paint that one in either. So I suppose I could paint it in maybe. At some point I can paint that in later. And so yeah, that's all I've done in this book so far, and I've still got all these other pages to fill. And so yeah, maybe I can do this like a two-parter video. So when I filled in the last kind of pages of this book, I don't know how many pages I've got like loads of pages there. So once I've filled in the other pages of this book, maybe I can do another video of the other pages when I've filled in the rest of the pages. And so I've done quite a bit, and I've been quite busy filling up my book. And so yeah, and I will see you in my next video. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye!